What up, y'all? It's the More Watts podcast.
More Watts.
We're back, special edition.
Special edition. We are in a special location for
Special
our
location.
special edition.
That's right.
With
That's
a
right.
special person.
That's right.
All the specials,
Before we get into this guy, let's get our introduction.
Yeah.
no doubt.
I'm Chad. It's been a minute. You can find me on Instagram at Chad Bennett.
See what he did right there? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It,
you know,
I mean,
You can find me at
it's yo,
Chad
people
Bennett.
been coming up to us talking about when we gonna record. That's a lot of pressure.
especially since last season. So we're glad to be back, though.
We caught some heat for last season too. I love it.
I mean, it was light work. It was light
It was
work.
spicy.
was
It's so
like-
funny. We call a lot of heat, but we've been on a lot of rides, and nobody say nothing to us.
Nah, they not, because they not.
No
we
smoke?
call heat from the far side. Let's finish your introduction though.
Oh yeah,
Because we're gonna get into
we
that.
gonna get in that. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's Zach. You can find me at the Black Watch Cycling page on IG.
Y'all heard that though,
Y'all
right?
heard
that.
Where can they find you again?
Black Watch Cycling.
All right. So please stop coming for me like I'm the only one that run that damn social page.
I'll be talking to y'all. Y'all think it's Chad. I really
Yo.
come have hold the conversations and all that.
They
Enjoying
just be
myself.
coming on the IG talking about yo Chad. And I'm be like,
Nah, it's me.
Hey, and I'm Chris, Tron Rides, and I do not run the IG social page, but I'm going to try to be more active.
Yeah.
yeah. And our special guest, we
Special
got
guest,
Elijah
drum
Baker.
roll, flowers and pew pew pew. Bam, bam, bam.
The man himself, Mr. Painting the World in PM himself.
Yeah.
Summertime colors.
Special dropout now.
Yeah.
Yo, man, thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate it, man. Being a special guest for you guys today.
Yeah, definitely.
All
Elijah,
the way from,
man,
from-
Elijah.
Yeah.
all the way
Elijah's
from
here.
Cali. All the way from Cali.
All the way
We
He-
sitting here.
from the left coast.
He just finished killing Tulsa Tough. He
Shout
coulda
out, man.
went
Congratulations
home.
on that, bro.
He could have
Thank
went
you.
home and minded his business, but he was like, "Nah, I'm coming to New York, and I'm gonna rock with y'all for Black Watch Day."
That's what it is out there
know?
in Tulsa. Speaking of that, we in Montclair at one of our sponsors, one of our partners. We're at
Yes.
Coffee and Cornbread.
Coffee and cornbread. Shout
check
out
the
to
scenery.
Monica and Monique
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
sisters here.
and the
So
whole crew here.
Yeah.
for real,
It's a
y'all
nice
come check
spot,
them out.
man.
They're in Montclair,
Yes,
at
black
Upper
owned.
Montclair Plaza. And please come down and patron these people because it's a beautiful spot.
Yes.
And beautiful people, for real.
They got more than just coffee and cornbread. They got vegan options for us.
Yep.
You know.
And for those of you that are Southern that are going to ask about the cornbread, it is legit real
official.
cornbread.
Yo,
Don't come for us over here.
having
Cornbread is
spent-
real.
Having spent time in Atlanta and also my family being from the South, I take my cornbread very seriously. It's for real.
Yeah, it is.
It's for real.
for sure.
No greens or chitlins or hog maw or none of that. Just fantastic fucking cornbread. Okay? So don't come with all the other Southern shit. It's just the cornbread.
Yeah, don't be coming asking for pickled feet.
Pickled pig feet.
Yeah.
No, we don't got that.
But it's a great weekend. We call him E. His IG is what?
My IG is Trilla_E on Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah, and he's gonna be racing in Harlem for Harlem Skyscraper. He's coming off, I would say, a proud win in Tulsa. What was that? That was the first night?
That was the second day.
Second day.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Yes. Yeah, and he told me, I would say, 6-7 months ago, he was like, bro, I'm coming for Tulsa. I'm winning that joint. He
That
called
he
it.
did, bro.
He spoke that shit into existence.
That's what's up.
That's such a raw course. That whole weekend, like all the racing out there is bananas to me. Like, please talk us through that. Like, let's
Word,
get
bro.
to
And
that.
when you get to Crybaby, you get to the part with Crybaby Hill, please add a little extra sauce on it. Because
Make sure
Crybaby
people
Hill
understand.
Had a lot of people come off this year.
So Tulsa Tough is pretty much the Super Bowl of crit racing in America. Registration opens in February, which is like 6 months before that. So you got to be really prepared. I mean, you got time to prepare pretty much. Everybody comes there fit, ready to roll. I'm not sure how it got so big. I have no idea, but I assume because accessibility is pretty much in the middle of the country. So a lot of people can drive there. A lot of people can fly there for cheap, and it's a quick flight. So I figured that's probably how it got so big over the years, I'm assuming. But it's the biggest probably 3-day festival of crit racing in America. Everybody wants to win. Every category is crazy. And if you don't make the registration on that day in February, I think it's February 2nd, then you're on the wait list. You know what I mean? So you come prepared. It's also like, it's 6 months in advance, so you have time to prepare. But then also like, you got to figure so much can happen within 6 months.
Hell yeah.
Crashing, family stuff, vacations, whatever. You know what I mean? So like, to come there and be prepared and actually be able to race and compete is a whole nother thing. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, when you were at that start line, like just take us through what your mindset was on that race, that one that you won.
Well, so I did the race last year. I got 4th, and it was a breakaway up the road last year. So I was like, okay, I know what I need to do. You know what I mean? I know how the field's gonna be. I know the people are gonna go all out. So from last year was my first experience. This year I trained literally all out, pretty much throughout the season. Winter time, in the cold, in the dark, I was like, even when times I didn't want to get up, I was like, dude, I gotta be ready for Tulsa. You know what I mean? So this year at the start line, I had everything prepared pretty much. Gearing, everything. Brand new tires, brand new chain. I bought all brand new equipment. So I pretty much left nothing to spare. You know what I mean? So like,
Nothing was left to chance.
Nothing,
My guy's like, my
nothing,
chain is freshly
yeah.
waxed.
I got my bike checked 3 times before the race. Like twice in LA and then once when I got here. You know what I mean? Well, to Tulsa, excuse me. So I was
I'm
ready,
curious
like,
to your gearing, your chain ring. What's that looking like? What's that setup looking like?
I got a 5339.
A what?
Because wait, hold on. Elijah is a seasoned rider. You've been riding for
I've been racing since 15.
15,
yeah.
right? Yeah. And are you considered a pro?
No.
Because you're a master.
No,
racer.
I'm a masters racer. So just like pretty much just a local amateur, I'd say. Like I don't get into the whole I'm a pro thing. Like, and to touch on that, there's so many people nowadays that like use the pro tag because somebody sends them a jersey or something. It's like, dude, you're not pro, man. Like you just,
He said it's,
you know what I mean? Like you competing with guys like me. Like, come on, man. So
talk about what's a pro though, bro. Like carry that forward.
Pros are people that get paid. You know what I mean? Like people that get paid to do it. And I consider obviously like Tour de France people are pros, people in Europe pros, those guys world tour riders. You got certain people over here that are pros, not many. You know what I mean? Like they might be on a pro team, but they're not getting paid to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not pro.
Yeah.
Right.
They're just on a pro team.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But the people that are on the team that are getting paid to do it, that's all they do. Those are the pro riders.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So wait, there's clearly pro teams, but there's people that are on those pro teams, but there's no money.
So,
you're not making a salary out of that.
The smaller pro teams in America don't have the budget, obviously, as the pro teams in Europe.
Right.
You know, we're talking millions of dollars in
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
Here we're talking a couple $100,000. It takes a lot to run a team. So we have a budget allotted for 6 riders to be pro. The other 4 or 5, we want you on the team, but we can't pay you.
Right.
We'll give you everything free.
Right.
Gotcha.
So they're considered, in parentheses, pro. Not really pro because they're not getting paid
They're
to
not
do it.
getting
But I mean,
compensated, yeah.
they're getting all the free equipment. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and it's hard to discern between who's a pro on the team and who's not, right?
yeah. I mean, they're doing the pro races. So basically, a category 1 is a pro without a contract. You know what I mean? So like, if I was a category 1 and I got signed to a pro team, I'd be a pro.
Right.
Gotcha.
Then if the next year I didn't make the cut and didn't make the team, I'd be back to a category 1.
Gotcha.
It's the same
That makes
thing.
sense.
And
Okay.
in the racing, as far as like in Tulsa, when the pro cat, there might be Cat 1 people in that race. They're just not a part of a pro
the
team.
categories are pro 1.
Yeah.
So they all race together.
Yep.
So if I was a Cat 1 and I wasn't on a pro team, I still could race in the P1 race.
And it just like when you go sign up, anyone can sign up as long as you are like you're in that category.
Yeah.
So like if I never raced, well, nah, that's not true. You have to
no,
race. Yeah, you have to cat up.
Yeah, you have to cat up.
Yes, but if I've always raced, let's just say in California, and I'm a Cat 1 in California, I can now go to Tulsa and race pro Cat 1.
You can do it.
That's
you
wild.
can do it in the Cat 1s. I mean, it takes time to move up, obviously, results, experience and stuff like that. But yeah, like, so if you just never left out of California and you made it to a Cat 1 and you signed up for Tulsa, you can do the Pro 1. Probably wouldn't make it, but
You might
definitely
not
would get waxed. But I mean, just to say you, for me, just to say you went there and did the race isn't enough. You know what I mean?
No.
Like I could level up and go to a Cat 1, but then I get smoked by 80% of the field.
Right.
What's the point of me going there? I've wasted my money
Right.
just to say you did it. Like to me,
Yeah.
that isn't good enough.
Right.
I want to be competitive in whatever category that I do or whatever, and make it worth my while. Spending my money, spending my time, risking my body. You know
Hell
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was literally crashes in every race because everybody wanted to win. So that they were pushing everything to the margin. You know what I mean? To win the race, everybody wanted to win. So I mean, it was crashes, like 3 or 4 crashes pretty much in every race.
I know
it was
it's hot, dusty out there, like it's crazy. But the course itself, is it challenging? Is it super technical?
So it's 3 days. The first day is a figure 8.
Yeah.
And it's pretty challenging. The second day is pretty much a serious crit course. That's about 8 turns. The backside goes uphill, and then on the backside coming down, you come down the hill for about 2 blocks. And in my race, we were doing like 40, and then you come into the last left turn, which is to the start finish line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we were in my race, we were doing 40. The P12, they probably were doing probably 45 miles an hour
I'm
down that
sorry.
hill, coming into that turn at almost around 40. You know what I mean? Especially to the last lap, the last turn, like for the sprint, it was all out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then Crybaby Hill, that's a brutal course. I mean, like you say, it's hot.
Yep.
It's in the middle of the day. You come down this long boulevard, which is like 3 or 4 lanes, and you basically you make this slight right into like a driveway type of uphill, and that goes
Right.
up to about 13%, and you make a right turn, it kicks up to about 10%, and then it goes downhill for like a block or 2, so you catch your speed, and then you go back uphill, and you make a right turn, you go uphill again. Then you go a fast downhill with a sharp right turn into the start finish line.
And
then you
it's
do it
greater
again.
than 90 degrees, that turn,
it's
right?
greater than 90 degrees.
Oh,
and
that's
this
nice.
is all within a mile, that Crybaby Hill. So like you literally don't have time to recover. You're on the gas the whole time.
And the surface changes too.
Yeah, surface changes, and I mean, and it's like you say, it's hot.
Dust is flying.
Yeah, dust. It's not like you're getting the beach getting blown air or anything. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's brutal. It's brutal conditions, man. It's brutal.
Man.
And then what's
Yeah.
the third day? So that's 2
So
courses.
that's the
That
third
is
day.
the
third
So
day.
Crybaby
Yeah.
Hill, and Crybaby Hill being the toughest course is the last day.
Yep.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, man,
Do you like from a body perspective? Do you like what's left in the tank by the time you get to that third race?
I say like, if you make it to the third day and you make it past the third day, whether you win or not, it's just relief. You know what I mean? Like I say, like the build up, it takes months to from the registration to getting there. You know what I mean? Within 6 months. And you get to the third day, you're able to race, you haven't crashed. And just to finish the third day is like a relief. You're like, man, I made it. You know what I mean? Like
Survived.
You're happy like you survived. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, like you survive. I mean, honestly, you know what I mean? Because the build up is it's a lot. It's a lot mentally. You know what I mean? Just to
Yeah.
get the 30, like even like the third day is a party, like that night. 'Cause everybody's like,
So
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
over.
even like on the second day when I won, like people saw all the pictures and the stuff was in the paper and all that stuff, and the people was like, man, you looked excited. I was like, I wasn't excited. I was relieved. Right. Like
You made it out.
yeah, like man, like, but not really that. Like my whole gamble of the registration, getting there, buying all this stuff.
Back in February,
prepare,
Training.
like preparing all through the season, like getting up in the dark, freezing cold, like really focusing, being like, man, I want to get back in bed. Like now I got to do it for Tulsa, and then actually like saying I'm gonna win, and then going to win it was a relief.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Versus it being like, I was excited, but I was like the gamble paid off.
Yeah. You sacrificed a lot.
I sacrificed a lot.
Yeah,
Like, you
leading
know what I
up
mean?
to that.
Yeah, I sacrificed a lot, man.
That's dope, man. I wanna talk about, because you're the only one from your team. Like you're a part of Team 6.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger team, but you're the only one in that category. So I'm interested to hear, like, do you wish you had a team in your category where you could be a little bit more strategic so you wouldn't have to burn, like so much in your race? Or are you like, nah, I'm good. This is cool for me. I don't need a team. Like, cause I know some people care about a team and some are like, nah, I got this solo.
Honestly, the team is good. on certain levels. I think me personally, with my experiences, like I've pretty much won every race that I've ever won by myself. You know what I mean? Like, and when I've had teams, I've always felt like guys got in the way. You know what I mean? Because, and it like I always say, like if I had one dedicated person, then I'd be good, just to lead me through where I need to be. Because a lot of times, like I realize, like I'm going to take the risk or shoot the gap that a lot of people might not take. So if I got two guys in front of me and they're scared to shoot the gap, I'm like, go, go, go. They don't shoot the gap. I got to go around them, then go around everybody else.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, after a lot of races, I could have done it by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I could have got through that gap. Like, man, the gap was closing. Yeah, but you go through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We risking for the reward. Like, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd say, like, if I had, like, one seriously dedicated person, like, on the same mind state as me, then I'd be okay. I wouldn't need a 5-man team. Personally, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I do realize that, like, a 5-man team with the same structure, like, what you have, like, what you would have would be much easier. Like, we did some practice crits in LA, and Corey from Legion, he had about 4 guys out there, and he's like, okay, we're gonna lead you out, talking about me.
Yeah.
He's like, just sit on the back. And I realized how easy it was. Like, you had 4 guys, they pace line. I sat on the back of the train, and literally for the last 5 laps, they did it like 32, 33. And they ushered me to the line. They all got off, and they all got out of my way, and we came around the last corner, and Corey just, obviously he could beat me, but he turned around and pulled off, and I just went to the line and smoked everybody. But I realized how easy it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, after the ride, I was like,
Feels like cheating.
I'm like, that shit was easy, dude. But I say now I understand, like, you got the fastest guys with the same mindset ushering you to the front.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
getting out your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a magic carpet ride to the start finish line. Especially if you're fast enough to do it. You know what I mean? It was easy. Versus, like, when I'm by myself, normally in races, I'm always fighting the wheels. Where to go, where to be, how much time I need.
Yeah.
With this lap, okay, not at that lap. Okay, this turn. And it takes a lot out of you. Then you still got to sprint at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I noticed when, like, the 3 of us ride together, we know each other well enough to know when he's exhausted or when I'm exhausted or when he's exhausted. And so we could just take you know, like, get in front. And if you don't know that person in front of you, you're just guessing.
That's a huge risk. And that also comes with, like, riding and racing. Like, you got to know your competition. You know what I mean? So you say, like, I don't want to give too many of my secrets out, but
Sauce.
I can't. I truly can't, because I'm still competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, like, I'll just give a small glimpse of, like, you know, like, NFL team, they study film.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. You know,
Okay.
maybe whatever you
Yeah.
can figure out from there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, you just got to know your competition. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and that comes with it.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, I'm always curious about the cycling culture in LA, right? Like, being on the opposite coast, and then, like, we follow each other on Instagram, and I see you're riding, like you said, with the Corys, the Justins, the Dantes, the Bahatis.
Yeah.
And it's just like, talk to me about the relationships. Is it off? Like, did it develop off the bike and then to on the bike, or has it always been relationships that have just been like both?
So, like, just to, like, I can break it down pretty short. Rasan actually got me into cycling. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and a guy from the neighborhood introduced me to him. Like, one day he just randomly was like, "You want to ride bikes?" And I was like 14, and I was like, "I guess," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he literally called Rasan on the phone. Rasan came around there to his shop. We introduced, we talked, and then he took me around the corner to a guy named Dave Pulliam, who still runs a junior team in LA to this day. LABA, I think it is.
Okay.
Bicycle Academy. And from then, Rasan and I have been friends, and I've been riding since then. And I actually raced with Justin and Corey and CJ's dad, which is Kalman. He's still hanging out on the circuit and all this. He doesn't race anymore to ride pretty much, but he's always at the races and stuff. So we all rode together when we were kids. He was much older than us, but we all rode together. And I met Corey and Justin and CJ when they were just kids. Like, they're a few years younger than me, but they weren't racing at the time. They were all just, you know, coming to the races with their dad and to the rides on stuff and hanging out. So we've known each other, what 22, 23 years, all of us.
Wow.
And then, like, all the other guys, the Dantes and all the other people in the community, they've come along, and then we all just kind of just hung out and embrace each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's super tight knit.
It's super tight knit, competitive as well. We all talk a lot of mess with each other. We all definitely want to beat each other because we're all on separate teams.
Yeah.
I always say, like, if we were to get, like, Justin will be a master next year. And we've joked around about it. It was like, dude, if we got a masters team with Justin, Rasan, Sharon, myself, and maybe one other person,
Sharon,
dude,
yeah.
like
Sharon,
nobody would beat us ever. Like, and if we had that team, like I'm a winner, like they're all winners. I would sacrifice myself for those guys for the win. Like, and we just went around the country, dude. We wouldn't be stopped. Who would beat us?
Nobody.
Like, dude, it would be child's play.
I would love to video that. To hear the
Yeah, just to
conversation,
watch
like, who gonna lead
Dude,
who
it
out.
would be- I mean, obviously, out of that group, I'm the slowest, right? So I would be the sacrificial lamb to sacrifice for those guys, and I do it happily. For that squad, dude, we get smoked. Like it. I mean, it would be nothing left, pretty much. Us
Nothing
four
left.
together, us four, like five, maybe
Yo,
one more person.
You and your masters, right? You don't even know these guys coming
Right.
to the race.
Here
You
they come
line
rolling
and
up.
you like,
Right.
aw.
Dude, it would,
10-time track champions.
Fuck outta here.
it would be abuse, man. Honestly,
codes,
it
like-
would be abuse.
That'd be crazy.
Really.
I would just be like, let me just unclip.
Nah, USA Cycling start making up rules for y'all.
They,
Like,
Yeah.
they make a rules. Because I'm faster than the majority of those people, right? Those guys, Rasan, Sharon, and Justin, are way faster than me.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, like, they'd be way up. I
Yeah.
mean, it wouldn't even be fun, man. Honestly, we win every race.
I would love to see y'all
Yeah,
practice.
yeah.
That's what I want to see.
I see how you
It'll be a celebration every race, man. It'll be a brodium.
Going at it at the
Yeah,
practices. That's
it'll
all
be
I
a
wanna see.
brodium, man. It'd be all brothers on the podium every race, man.
That's crazy.
Yo, talk about that. Brothers on the podium.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think we all know that the cycling industry is predominantly white, right?
Yes.
So talk to me about, like, what you've experienced as a black cyclist, whether it's on the podium or in the race, off the bike. It still feels like we still have a long way to go. Talk to me about that.
And how it's changed from when you were younger
Yes, how it's
Yeah.
changed.
to now,
You know-
if it has.
When I was younger, obviously it wasn't as many black people as it is now. I think, like, the pandemic has brought a lot more black people. It was black people pushing into the sport before. Now it's even more, and I love it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I really haven't seen, like, I wouldn't say a racial side of cycling. I'd say, personally, I think it's more of a respect level, right? Because I'll show up at a race anywhere, and people will see me, and they like, you can tell a good cyclist, or you can kind of tell somebody that might know what they're doing. I mean, you can have great equipment and be slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like, you'll come to the line, and obviously I'll get looks, like, you know what I mean? Okay, he got stuff on, whatever. But then I do good in the race.
Yeah.
You got to respect that.
Yup.
Yeah, you got to,
Or
whether you
we
like
on-
me or not.
We on a group ride, I'm on the front. It's like, okay, even if they don't know me, it's like, okay, well, and I think it has, like, I don't know, the racial part I've never really experienced personally in cycling. I'd say that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Even though it's a predominantly, white sport or whatever, you know what I mean? It's fewer black people, but it is more now. I've never really had, like, the racial, like, you can't do this ride type of stuff.
Like the blatant stuff.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Basically the blatant. If it's
Yeah.
in the background, then it's in the background. But they never approached me. They probably wouldn't, because I ain't rocking like that anyway. So
They don't want
yeah,
no
they
smoke?
know what time it is, man.
So
That's for real, man. And it is what it is.
It does feel regional though.
it's
It
different,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is just like out here, there are a lot of South Americans that ride a lot. Colombians, Ecuadorians, Chileans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of our Spanish speaking brothers and sisters ride a lot. Like, there are tons of Dominicans that we know and Colombians that we know that really get after it. And it's like just the culture of the sport for them. So it's like either soccer or cycling.
Yeah.
Like everything else, you didn't play soccer, you're riding your bike.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so,
Yeah.
I mean, they're inclusive. Well, everybody, because more people got in with cycling. No, so, hear me out.
Okay.
He said,
It's so sometimes it can be a gateway situation. Oh, like, you strong, you can roll with us,
Yeah.
right? But if it's like you got good shit, but you can't ride, bro. Like, nah. Or you'll be on a ride with him, drop.
Yo,
They don't say
yeah.
nothing to you. Everybody speaking Spanish.
Oh then you know you're not in there.
Yeah,
You
you're
better
not
sit on the
included.
back of this joint.
You better hold on.
Yeah.
But I think that's how it is in cycling too, as well. Like for me or for like the people I roll with, like I'm not riding with certain people, and I tell people, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't ride with everybody.
Nah, you can't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like certain people that can't keep on, certain people that can't fix a flat. Like I don't want to do an 80-mile ride and wait 5 or 6 times. We're just not doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like certain rides, I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that ride. You know what I mean? Or you can't fix a flat. Like, dude, I gotta fix the flat for we get 4 flats.
Right.
I'm fixing the flat the whole time.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm not
like
doing
certain
it.
rides or something. People are like nowadays they don't even invite me. I know the rides to go to and not. But before it'd be like, oh, we doing this ride. And I'm like, who's gonna be there? Okay, cool. Now I see y'all later. You know what I mean? Like that ain't gonna be my ride. Y'all gonna do. It's gonna take y'all 6 hours to do 80 miles. I just don't have that type of time.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want to do my ride, go home and chill the rest of the day. So I think it has more to do with that as far as cycling. Like if you got the respect, then you pretty much good because they know you can hold your own.
Yeah.
As far as LA is concerned, I don't know
Yeah.
about anywhere else.
I think
but
it's the same everywhere else. And that, by the way, that goes with other sports too. If you hooping, right? Like cats are like, yo, who's playing? Like, what court you going to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, man, I ain't going over.
I
They
need to
foul
know.
a lot. They
Yeah.
hacking people.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I want a quality run, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in, get out. I ain't trying to come home hurt. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very similar from that standpoint.
Yeah. Yo, are there not a lot of clubs in LA?
There are a lot of clubs in LA. It's a lot of clubs. It's a lot of cliques too, and it's a lot of like areas. So like in LA, like I pretty much know everybody, and I ride everywhere. Like I like to pick all the different rides to like test myself. Like I don't like to do the same ride every Saturday
Right.
or every
Yeah.
Sunday. I like to test different rides. You know, it's different terrains or whatever. So I test like whatever I'm trying to test at that moment. But majority of the people in LA, they stay in their sections. You got the South Bay, you got like the Santa Monica's, then you got like the inland, you know what I mean? And you'll catch the same people on the same rides every week. Me myself, I like to travel around, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and I like to move around and stuff or whatever, just to see different people, especially like with work. I see different people or whatever, and just like to do different rides. I like to see different stuff.
Yeah.
So LA is cliquish, but I move around.
Cause I just, like I see all the clubs here. Like we've got so many
lot.
different types of
in a
clubs
in a
here.
tightly packed area.
Yeah.
So
And when like you follow like the people in LA, you just don't see all the cycling clubs the way they're presented here. I just thought that was interesting. I wasn't sure if it was like, nah, everyone just cycles in Cali, so there's no need for a club. Here it just feels like, yo, if you live in this town, this is your club, and if you live over here, this is your club. And I just wasn't sure if there was a difference or not.
No, it's crazy because the group rides in LA, I don't know about here, but the group rides are massive. I'm talking about like Tuesday morning, we have a group ride. We get 50 people at 7 a.m. You know what I mean? Like the rides on Saturday,
Wow.
it's 3 or 4 different groups that go out on Saturday, and all of them are 80 to 90 people. Every last one of them.
yeah, that's what it
So I
is.
mean, the cycling culture in LA is huge.
Well, I want to shout that out because we have a monthly group ride.
yeah.
We do.
This is our
You said
internal
monthly?
spot.
Yeah, we
and
got
once
a
month,
monthly.
every first Saturday
yeah,
of the month.
Called ANY.
It's called A&Y.
We ride out of here.
We
I've
ride out of
seen
here.
that on Instagram, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, we
Oh,
ride
so we
out
trying to
of
get the
here.
numbers there as well. Like, but that I dig it as far as the amount of people just going all at once, mobbing out like 50,
Yeah.
60 people. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Let's switch gears, pun intended. Talk to me about Pedal Mafia.
What
So-
you do, your role.
Yeah, well, I think because people when they see you on Instagram, they just know you paint the world in PM. But like, talk about how impactful your role is and what it means.
So I've started with Pedal Mafia 2 years ago. Before that, I drove the bus for almost 10 years in LA. Just was tired of it, worn out, right? And gotta really like, they started sponsoring me, or we started working together, I should say. And it came to me that like they had an opportunity available in the company. And I was like, I'll do it. You know what I mean? And the guy, Jack, who I work with now.
Yo, shout out to Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out.
to
That's my
Jack.
man, Jack. And he was just like, he started, actually gave me the opportunity. And he was just like, well, I need somebody full time. And I was like, dude, I'm down. Like, I'm sick of driving the bus. You know what I mean? So it kind of came in. So when I came in, we were trying to figure out like what the role was going to be as the company was growing. I just kind of came in and just kind of just made my own way. So at this point, I do business development.
Okay.
That's why I'm able to travel around. I do a lot of traveling, meeting with people. I'm on the ground day to day. You know, as they say, like shaking hands, kissing babies. With that, I'm able to race. So my schedule is very flexible. I'm just infiltrating group rides, meeting with people, clubs and all that stuff, like helping build the brand, shaking hands and stuff like that, moving around.
Yeah.
It's been impactful. It's been really good. The last 2 years have been really good to me. I've been able to travel, race, meeting a lot of people and helping grow the brand, which I'm proud of because I do enjoy the brand.
Yeah.
You know, the owner treats me very well. Amazing. He's a really good guy, and I'm all in trying to help the business grow.
It's,
you know
it's very visible what you're doing because you're out here heavy. Like you're this is the other coast, but your influence and the people that you work with is clear out on this side.
It's crazy though. Like I've been pretty much through Pedal Mafia, like at this point, like all over the world, and all the places that I've been, like especially like in America, like everybody's telling me like, dude, I've never heard of Pedal Mafia before you.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like what? You know what I mean? Like
a lot of people.
A lot of people tell me
A lot
that.
of people, yeah.
Like, dude, I've never heard of like, dude, like I'm wearing Pedal Mafia because of you.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? You know,
That's what it
obviously, like,
is.
I get the black vote. You know, let's just keep it
no,
real.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
of course.
Which is cool for me though, because I'm like, you know, I want my people to, you know, rock how I'm rocking. If I'm representing it and I'm putting it out there, I'm putting my neck on the line and saying, you know, this is good product or this is what I ride or whatever. You know what I mean? Like then, and the people rock with me, then cool. You know what I mean? And like I will say, like I was wearing Pedal Mafia before I worked here. Like I like the product, I like the guys, the you know the owner and all that stuff. It was like, oh, okay, the product is really good. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't have worn it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the product was good before I even worked here, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I got opportunity to work here and see like the insights and all that stuff, and go to Australia and like see where it started, the birthplace and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, like this is a serious operation. It's
a
not
dope
like
trip,
just
too.
some,
That's
you know
a
what I mean?
dope- that's a dope
It's
trip.
not like a bunch of
brand
dudes.
deal
Yeah.
where it's like a
Yeah,
late- right,
it's
right,
not like
right.
a bunch of dudes just
licensing deal.
yeah, like this is
garage.
for real.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
like
right.
this is a real legitimate like growing, thriving business. You know what I mean? So
yeah, what?
and
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
nah, and so I would just, you know, I'm happy to help push the brand because of that. You know what I mean? So
What sort of battle or friction do you feel when you're talking to people about Pedal Mafia against like other brands?
you know, everybody's stuck in their ways as far as like brand is concerned, brand loyalty and all that stuff or whatever. And like I always tell people, and we've had this conversation before. I think like the other brands that are really good, and it's a few brands. I don't want to mention any name, but it's a few brands that people think are like the Louis Vuitton of cycling. Predominantly our people. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, like, where did you come up with that assumption? You know what I mean? And it's crazy, like, even like with the stuff, like I tell people all the time, dude, people hit me up all the time, man, I mess with you, like I'm a fan of your work or whatever. It's like, and I don't even want fans because I'm not a professional cyclist. Like, I'm just a dude. Like I tell people, I'm a dude out here like you, regular dude.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I work every day. I got a child. Like, I don't do this professionally. I get up in the morning early before work. I ride, take a shower, and I rush to work every day. Like I'm doing the regular 9 to 5 like you guys. You know, so I'm sitting in the office every day. I'm just able to travel once a month for work, but I'm still working. Like even though I'm here, like I went to Tulsa and I'm here for the Harlem Skyscraper this weekend. I'm still out meeting clubs, riding with people, you know, getting people in the brand or whatever, as well as able to do the race.
Yeah.
It's all able to tie into one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm still working. And like, you know, like I try to get people to believe in the brand like I do. You know what I mean? Like I like the brand. I love it. I love the product or whatever. And I see like the day to day and the effort that's put into it. And I try to get people to see that and to believe in that. You know, because it takes a lot. Like it's interesting because you're spending $200 on a chamois, right? A lot of people don't believe in that. They're like, man, I'm spending $200. I'm like, listen.
Bruh.
I'm like, but I tell people this though. Listen.
It's worth it,
and
my guy.
The poor man pays everything twice.
Yeah.
And I say because when I first started, you know, that was back in the day then I took like a break. I took like a 10-year break because I figured like when I was a junior and I was getting out of the junior ranks and I realized that I wasn't going to become pro, then I was like, okay, I gotta get a regular lifestyle. Because a lot of times these guys will fall into being like a local pro, not making no money, working part-time in a cafe or something, racing full-time, and not having nothing to show for it, just a bunch of local race wins. And I realized young, I was like, this is not gonna be me. So I stopped racing, and I went to get my life together, got a job, got myself together, and I came back to racing 10 years later. It took a little longer than I wanted to, but I came back to racing then. And when I came back to racing, I was like, damn, this stuff is expensive, you know what I'm saying? And I bought a lot of cheap stuff. And I was getting killed in the chamois area.
Word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was putting all, and you realize, like, you buy chamois, right? You do a 60-mile ride on a Saturday. You can't ride Sunday or Monday.
can't.
You know what I mean? Because, and then you realize, you're like, damn, I want to ride. I love riding. Dude, this is like our club setting. People that go to the club and all that stuff, you spend $200 on a bottle, or you spend $150 in drinks. You spend that on a nice chamois, on a really good chamois. And I tell people all the time, like, I would love for you to wear Pedal Mafia. I would love for you to wear Pedal Mafia. But if you don't, wear at least a good chamois, a good brand chamois. Spend your money on some good stuff.
Yeah.
The poor man gonna pay twice.
Yeah.
If you go to Alibaba or whoever and you get your chamois, you spend $50 on the chamois, you can't ride for 2 days.
Yep.
You get you a good chamois from one of these high-end brands, you know what I mean? You can continue to ride.
Yeah.
You're good. Like, you spent the money or whatever. So, and I try to, when I'm on the road and I'm talking to people or DM or whatever, I try to tell people that all the time, like, dude, I would love for you to wear our stuff. But if you don't wear our stuff, spend the money on the good quality stuff the first time.
Yeah.
And you'll have an enjoyable ride. You know what I mean?
We tried to give that
It's with
game
everything.
since the beginning, bro.
Yeah, like you have a
We
more
definitely
enjoyable ride.
have
Like,
it.
that's what it's about.
We definitely have
You get out there, like, cycling is, you get out there, you're free. For me, it's a stress relief. I tell people all the time, like, the bike is my cigarette.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't smoke cigarettes. Like, I get up in the morning, like, the first thing a smoker gonna do, they're gonna go outside, they're gonna sit on their balcony,
Light up.
and they're gonna light their cigarette. For me, the first thing I do when I get up, I put on my stuff, I get on, I ride my bike, that's my stress relief.
Yeah.
I'm free, you know, I don't have no, I put my music on, no thinking about anything else. I come back in, then I start my day.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you're gonna do that, get it comfortable. Get you the right gear. Get you the right equipment. Get your shoes and all that stuff. You know, then you have a more enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
So
Do you feel like that whole chamois price conversation is something you have more within our community?
Like the black community.
Yeah.
I'd say for the newer people, like the people that's been riding a long time, they get it.
Yep.
They get it. They understand that comfort is probably the most thing, like the most important thing. Because like I said, if you're not comfortable and you get beat up in the chamois area, you can't even ride for 2 days.
over. Yeah, it's
Then
over.
you missing the rides and all this stuff. What's the point?
You can't even perform, even if you on the ride.
The wild part is, like, a lot of people, and I met a couple of people like that started, went out for a couple of rides, that happened, then they fall off. They quit because it didn't become enjoyable to them. They
And
actually
don't know
missed
how to-
out.
Yeah,
You
they
know what
don't
I
even
mean?
know how to communicate. Yo, my ass hurt.
So they fell off.
Right.
Like,
They're like, and they immediately go. I mean, look, saddle is important.
Yeah.
But the first place they will go is my seat is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Right? Like they don't get a bike fit. They have the cheap chamois from Amazon or Alibaba.
Yep.
Right? Their jersey fits them like an oversized T-shirt.
Yep.
Again, like, and this isn't like casting shade or throwing shade or anything like that. As you got to look a certain way.
Right.
But your point that you're making about having quality gear makes the experience so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the most important part. You know what I mean? But like once you ride long enough, then you'll know, and it's not really a big deal. Like I said, like even before Tulsa, dude, I can't tell how much money I spent just to make sure I was 100% right for 3 days.
Yeah.
Like I had everything. I was like, I can't. Nothing can slip. Like
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is a big gamble. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with just like riding and all that stuff. Like you got to have the best stuff. Like I mean, it costs, but this is your livelihood. This is what most of us do all the time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much worth if you really think about
Yeah,
it.
it
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 It's so funny because I have a friend who's getting into cycling and he's like, man, your bikes look expensive. He's like, I don't want to spend that. I was like, and you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I said, just find a bike you're gonna enjoy riding. Like let's get you riding 3 or 4 times a week before we talk about spending X amount of dollars on a bike. Just find a
Yes.
good bike that you want to get on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Like don't
Yep.
worry about cost. Just get on a bike.
Yeah.
But I tell people all the time, like, with cycling, you gotta love it. You have to. I'm
gotta.
in love with it.
Yeah.
Still, all these years, but like I tell people all the time, like cycling is too hard and it's too expensive for you to like it. It's too hard.
You
like,
better love that shit.
Cycling is hard. Like I've been riding for years, and it's still like I'm still like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, some of these speeds or like some of these courses, I'm like, God damn, man. Then it's too expensive.
Yeah.
So you gotta love it. Like it's no like, man, I like it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Which is cool, but dude, like to really be into it, you gotta love it. And you gotta love
Yeah.
the process of it. You know what I mean? I treat cycling like how rappers treat making a song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go into the studio, you listen to the hook, you write it, then you put it out there, you master it. Same thing with cycling.
Time and money.
You get the equipment, you go check out the course, you practice, you get all the stuff or whatever, then you go to the start line and you lay the track down and you master it.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's how I treat it. It's a process. I'm in love with the process of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole grind of it.
And I want to hold that right there, right? Because I want to draw something out to the audience that's listening and watching, which is we're talking about cycling as a sport, not riding a bike,
Yeah.
right? Getting on a city bike or just getting any bike and just riding a bike, wearing whatever you want to wear is different than cycling as a sport. And I
Especially
think
as
it's
a mode of
important to draw-
transportation. That's
right,
different.
right,
That's different.
because when some people think about cycling, they think about it like, oh, I'm just riding my like Chad mentioned about the cost of his bike, right? And somebody looking at it like, oh, I want to ride, but I don't want to pay that. And they're thinking about it like a mode of transportation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As opposed to what we're discussing and what we're talking about is like the sport. And what we do is whenever I'm leading like our beginner rides and stuff like that, I try to draw a through line between other sports, ball sports, racket sports, and cycling, which is to say, if you wanted to play racquetball or squash or tennis or football or soccer or baseball or basketball, you wouldn't just go to Payless if you're playing basketball and just buy the $5 sneaker. I mean, you can totally do it, but it's different if you looked at an athletic shoe that was catered towards basketball.
Right.
Doesn't mean you gotta get the LeBron one, but you can get it. That's why he got knockdowns. Kyrie got knockdowns, but they're at least catered to the sport. So then as you play the sport more, you do the sport more, you'll realize like, yo, my feet are fucking killing me, right? I need more cushion, or I need this, or I play in this way, and then you change your fitness and all that. So that through line between that activity or running, right, should be the same way that you look at your cycling. So for those of y'all out there that are really listening to E, like really listen to the message that he's delivering, which is quality gear is important. Taking care of your bike is important. Taking care of your body is important when you're talking about having cycling as a sport. And one of the benefits that you're talking about is it's a stress reliever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes you away from everything.
And it's healthy for you. Just think about it like this. You got a group ride on Saturday at 8 o'clock, right? 9 times out of 10, if you just putting around, like whatever, but like if you want to be good and competitive on the ride, even if you're not racing, you want competitive, and the ride's at 8 o'clock on Saturday, you got to be up by 5:30, 6 o'clock, eat, do whatever you're going to do, get ready or whatever, right? That means Friday night, you're going to bed early.
Yep.
You're getting your full rest. You're probably not going to have a drink if you want to be competitive. Like, cycling changes your life.
It starts to permeate everything,
like,
bro.
Then you get on a group ride and you drinking, you hanging all that stuff. You're like, damn, I'm getting beat up. I need to get better.
Yeah.
You start changing your diet.
Yep.
You stop drinking. You going to bed early. You getting cycling has changed your life.
Yep.
Like before Tulsa, I tell people, like I told you a few times, dude, I didn't have a drink for almost a month, and I'm not even a heavy drinker. Like when I go out, I'll have a drink or two, and then that'll be pretty much it. I'll be chilling.
Right.
Like before Tulsa, I'm like, I'm all in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eating clean. I ate clean. No drinks, no nothing. 100%. You know what I mean? Like, but that also helps with my health in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, I remember when I first started following you on Instagram, it was like towards the beginning of the pandemic, I want to say, and you had taken a picture. You was like, yo, I need to lose like, I think it was like 15 or 20 pounds.
Yeah.
You was on the heavier side. Not when I say heavy, I'm talking like
Heavier than he is now.
heavier than he is now,
Yes.
right? Talk about like what you did to get from whatever that weight was to where you are now. Like really dive in on nutrition and like your workout regimen.
You know, in cycling, it's a power to weight ratio, right? So if you look at like Tour de France riders, whatever, like they're so skinny, right? because the scientists or the doctors on their team have figured out how to get them where they need to be weight-wise to be maximum efficiency and power. So obviously, if you're too big, then you'll lose power because you're having too much weight. If you're too small, you'll lose power because you're too small. So you got to find like the medium or whatever. Obviously, I don't have the doctors or anything like that. I've just found kind of like through testing and through over the years, finding what's best for me.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, obviously, a lot of people gained weight because nobody was really working. You know what I mean? Like we were just riding and hanging out. Nobody knew what was going on. So I didn't take it serious. I was cooking every day, drinking, hanging out, still riding. But now, as we're like in the midst of the race season, before the season, like I'm down to like 163 pounds at this point. And I probably can get down to about, I've been down like 158 before and been rolling. You know what I mean? Like, and I realize like the smaller I get, the faster I am. This is the power to weight ratio. You know, just pulling less pounds around. And obviously everybody knows, the people that follow me on Instagram, I eat a lot of salmon. That's my thing. Chef Triller. I eat a lot of salmon. That's just what I love though. I love salmon. Yeah. But
He
like,
asked me before we started, he was like, yo man, I ain't had salmon since I've been
dude,
here.
I've been on the road for almost
Spot
2
at.
weeks, and I have not had. I mean, obviously they have no salmon in Tulsa, but I have not had no. Sounds like today, dude, for lunch, dinner. I was like, I need a piece of salmon for real.
feel you,
I'm about to go through withdrawals, man. you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't seen no Trader Joe's. It's rough. I'm from LA, baby. And like I need an avocado and some salmon, man.
My man
Make
needs
me feel at
avocado
home.
toast.
Yeah, make me feel at home.
With his locks.
I'm bougie, man, for real,
That's funny.
eating wise. But I don't know, like. Honestly, people that know me, I don't eat a lot. Like I don't. And call it what you want. I'll skip a meal or eat less or eat a salad for 2-3 days to keep my weight down and to keep it, especially like if I got a target race or something like that, I'm 100% focused and dedicated. Like I ain't eating. If I got to get to a certain or keep my weight where it is or something, then like, you know, you got to do what works for you. But
Yeah.
I typically eat a lot of Trader Joe's stuff. Mainly on the healthy side of everything.
Yeah.
Even if I make like a taco, I'm eating like the almond cheese and stuff like that, like or the
Non-dairy stuff.
Yeah, the vegan tortilla. Like I'm breaking it down all the way like that. Even if I have a mimosa, I'm drinking the best orange juice that you know, like
Right.
you know what I mean, no sugar orange
me
or
that
whatever.
fresh
Yeah, like
tea.
like the lowest sugar stuff like that or whatever.
Cambodian breast milk.
Yeah, whatever I gotta do. Like I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do
feel
the
you.
healthier option of it. And that's the cheat for me, cutting calories, keeping my weight down and stuff like that. Because to me, it's important. So
And that's good for folks that are on a weight loss journey, right? Like if you have a few extra pounds, yeah, maybe you won't get to be like E, right? He's been doing this for a long time. He's very competitive, but you enjoy the sport of cycling. His message still holds a lot of value, which is like he was talking about preparing for that Saturday ride, getting your rest,
Yeah.
making sure your diet is good enough to help you perform on that ride that morning.
dude, your diet is important. That's huge, man. Think about it. Like you got a car, and you putting cooking oil instead of good gas. You know,
Right.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with your body.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You wonder why you're out there sluggish. You like, damn, he's out drinking all night.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't get your rate. You got in at 3:00 this morning.
Eating
you get beat up.
McDonald's.
Yeah, you get beat up on the ride.
Your liver
In-N-Out
struggling and
burgers.
shit.
Yeah, you get beat up on the ride, and you're like, damn, I want to keep up with these dudes. Yeah, then it starts before the ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got alcohol coming through your pores.
Yeah. I mean, you want to
Yeah.
hang out, cool. But if you want to be competitive in cycling, it's a lot more than just racing.
Yeah,
A lot more
it
than just riding.
Or even if you just want to go for like maybe it's not a competitive group ride. Maybe it's just like a 30-mile ride with people that you enjoy hanging with, and you want to be able to ride with them. All that still matters.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
You spending all this money on this stuff, you want to at least keep up with the group.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to the group ride to ride by myself for 30 miles.
Right.
I start with y'all, then I get dropped. I get to the meet point. Then I'm waiting. Y'all waiting on me. Then y'all get back to the start point, and then I'm coming back. Then I done the ride by myself.
Yes.
Pretty much.
I done spent all this money on all this stuff. Got up early, met y'all with the group, and then I'm by myself.
Yeah.
I might as well got up at 9-10 o'clock and rode by myself. You know what I mean? At that point,
Got your little rest and all.
I'm competitive. I want to keep up.
Yeah.
Right.
Even like in LA, I don't know. Maybe that's just an LA thing. I don't know how it is. Like other places been like that as well. Like you go to a coffee ride, and I mean, as soon as one person go up the trip, I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm coming too.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. Like, you ain't finna roll with me. Yeah, I still want to be first to the coffee shop.
Right.
Yeah.
Still got that competitive edge in me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let me jump on too. Next thing you know, the coffee ride's doing 25.
Right.
Racing the Starbucks at that point.
Exactly.
It is what it is. And I'm gonna try to beat you there.
Right.
I don't care who it is.
Racing
You
the
know what I'm saying?
Starbucks.
To the stop
Race to the
sign. That's what's
Starbucks.
up.
Like I tell Corey and Justin all the time, even on rides, and I know they could beat me. Like I can admit that, but I still tell them, man, I'm getting your ass today.
Right.
And Corey look at me like I'm serious. I'm out here competing against you.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously he gonna whoop me.
Yeah.
But if I get the chance, hey,
You're doing what you're doing.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack his ass.
I'm gonna get my
yeah,
W.
I'm gonna
Hey, I
pull.
beat you today.
Yeah, if I get a chance, if I catch him slipping, I'm gonna try to get away from him. Hey, no, man, Corey and them out here. I guess I'll just take second. I'm out here to roll.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure they know that about you too. So they never gonna get caught lacking.
Yeah.
You know, they
You know they're gonna beat me, but I'm still gonna
Yeah.
try. You never
Yeah.
know.
Right.
It could be your day.
Yeah.
You know, they don't.
The garbage can gets the steak. Jason said. Even the garbage can get the steak.
Cause,
sometimes.
because if they're, and I know they're competitive just from the outside looking in, they don't ever want to be told, yo,
Remember that time Trilla beat you?
yeah,
Oh, y'all old and you talking. Like, yeah, you talking all that shit. Remember May 28th?
yeah.
I got you.
I'll tell you this, and a lot of times, like since I've been like, I won a race in Australia this year. I've won races around the country, different places or whatever. Like when I'm home, a lot of times on the group rides now, I don't sprint anymore, and a lot of the top guys don't sprint, right? And I won't say who because I don't want to give up secrets. But I asked one of the guys like, why you don't sprint on group rides? And he made sense. He was like, because if I sprint on a group ride, and then I don't win or whatever, he said, then some local dude gonna think he got one up on me. I might as well just not sprint.
So why bother? Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm winning races. And I feel the same way. Like, do I win bike races? Like, people all the time is like, oh, I'll beat you in a group. I'm like, dude, I win bike races.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here and I tell people all the time, I'm a bike racer. When I'm training, like, I'm not a good group rider. I'm not gonna be the first up the hill. I just not. But when it comes to racing, it's different. I know how to turn it on. You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference between like a bike racer and like a group rider. Like a lot of people in LA, they're really good group riders, and they'll smoke me in a group ride. But when it comes to racing, they don't have nothing coming.
Bro, I got a story. So when we were in Atlanta, the first time I met
One
you,
Love. Oh,
One
hey,
Love in
what
person.
if you never been to One Love?
Yeah.
That's the event.
Black family
that's the
reunion,
event.
man.
That's a
3,000
black
of us, man.
bicycle family reunion,
I'm
man.
gonna be there this year.
we were
we
on
go.
that Sunday ride, right? This is what made me love you, man. So we're riding, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, 25 miles an hour. I've never ridden that fast before, right? For that long.
Yeah.
Being honest, right? I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing all right. I feel good. Heart rate look good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I played a lot of different sports, so you know my IQ is pretty good. So I'm reading stuff. Going out, we ain't had no crashes.
Right.
We got to the midpoint. I looked down, took a picture. I sent it to them. Like 25 miles an hour, bro. We cooking right now,
Yeah.
right? Coming back, 7 miles on the way back. Ba-da-da-da-da.
On a straight road.
Big ass crash, right? On a straight road. Here go E. These motherfuckers don't know how to ride their bike. Out here pushing that. They shouldn't be out here doing that. They gotta know when you at your limit. Trying to keep up with people that faster than you, that's what gets you in trouble because your mind not right. You pushing yourself. You're crossing a double yellow line on a straight fucking road. It makes no sense. Bro, you know how much that stuck with me?
Dude, that goes back to what I was saying earlier as far as
one
like
conversation at the crash site.
it's the truth though.
Yo, you were telling the truth.
I'm telling you.
He was like, it makes no sense that you would crash and the road is straight.
Straight
It's not
road.
raining.
It was a straight road,
There's
man.
nothing going on.
But that was because people were at their limit and they were holding on to the wheel for dear life. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to me like on the racing scene. People say, man, you good enough to be a 1 or a 2. I know I am, but I got to stay in my lane because of my age. I work a regular job. I don't do this full time.
Yeah.
So why would I go travel somewhere and do a Pro 1 race and hang on for dear life, have my head down, get dropped? I traveled, spend all this money just to say I did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You gotta know your limitations.
Yeah.
Either you gotta work up to it and do what you're gonna do, or you gotta be like, man, that's not for me. It's a little too rough for me. You know what I mean?
A little too.
I be trying to tell
Yeah, it's a little too rough for me.
I be
And that's the
telling
same
them.
thing.
No, I know what my
Listen,
line
bro.
is.
With that
I'm
group,
clear
though.
with
You know
that
what I mean? With
shit.
that group, like majority of the groups I could ride with because I've worked up to that. Like I train, like I take it serious enough where I can stay with these groups. You know what I mean? But obviously, some Tour de France riders I'm like, let me get out these dudes' way. Because I'm in the way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to crash because 9 times out of 10, when the crashes happen, they in the middle. Because they trying to hide, and they got their head down, they hold on for dear life. And as soon as it slows up just a little bit, they rub the wheel, 10 people behind them crash.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. Like, and that comes with like riding. You got to be able to identify when it's getting spicy. Let me get to the front. You know what I mean? Let me get to the front. Let me get out the way. Get to the front. Cause
that middle piece is scary, bro.
Bro,
everybody
super scary.
Because everybody thinks the middle is
The safest.
because they hiding.
Yeah.
Which you saving energy, but it's also the most dangerous.
Yep.
Because the people in there holding on for dear life. And as soon as it slow up, wheels touch, 7, 8 people go down.
Yeah, people
You know what I
in
mean?
the middle, they already at threshold.
Yeah.
Bro, they above threshold, bro. They on VO2 about to be empty.
Then you
We
crash.
talk about that a lot. We talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Like when we have like a few pickup crits around, like how y'all got locally. And we always talk about like how much easier it is when you fifth. Like if it's 30 guys out there, you within the first 10 wheels, it's like you're in a different ride than if you're in the pack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the pack, you're accordioning a lot. Like, but when you're in that first 7, 8, 10 wheels, it's just
You got to
Just
figure
rolling.
like you got 30, 40 guys on a crit course. When the first 5 guys go through, you got the last guy still coming through.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've already took the turn, took my breath or whatever, might have freewheel for a minute. You still pedaling through the turn trying to get onto the back of the wheel.
Yeah.
And people always think like hiding in the back is better. To me, it's really not. I realize like being in the front is even easier. You just get the flow, you just jump back in. You know what I mean? You got to do a little more work, but
I ain't
it's
never
the
raced like
safest.
you, but I learned that shit quick.
the
Atlanta
safest.
taught me that,
It's
bro.
the safest,
I
man.
came back. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I came back. I was telling these 2 dudes. I was like, bro, and my highlight was after the crash. I was like, oh shit, I'm 4-wheel behind E.
Hey, I was up front that whole
Yo,
ride. I was like,
my
let me get
man
away from
said-
these
my
people, man.
Said, yo, how much longer to the start? They were like, yo, we going about a mile. He was like, all right. Then we were approaching the last little roll or whatever. He was like, yo, after the roller up there, how much is? He was like, 300, 400 meters. He was like, all right, we got to the roller. Bang, he pop out and go. Right, he pop out and go. 4 people crashed behind, right? I went with you.
Yeah.
You slowed down because you're not going to sprint.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I went with E. I'm good, baby. I came back. I'm celebrating.
It was a
this
crash
shit.
again.
A
Remember?
crash again. Yeah, it was a crash again.
Behind y'all on the sprint?
Behind. Because when he, on the last little roller, it was like a little pitchy one. He went out, jumped, you know what I'm saying, took off a little bit. A couple of the Atlanta boys, them boys still like the football boys. Them boys big and strong, bro. They went with him, you know what I'm saying? I was with him and Iron Mike from KRT, we all went with him. But it caught a lot of people off guard. They were already on their limit. So when they went to go, a lot of wheels touching. You know how I was telling them in Atlanta, it would be every time the road tips up, you hear a lot of click, 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 people downshifting, right? Nah.
No, I
Big
don't want
crash.
to be around
That
that.
was the highlight for me.
Yeah.
That made me realize that, okay, I just need to practice a little more. Maybe
Dude,
I can,
hey,
when
that's
E
all
going
it is,
60%,
practice,
I can ride with him.
Nobody's around
Practice,
60.
man. It's just practice, man.
Yeah, you gotta know your limits. That's why you're not gonna see me on Century Ride.
100%. Yeah. If you know your limits, you good, man.
Yeah.
And you'll enjoy cycling more too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
will.
When you out there and you like, I'm forcing myself to do 100, 120, you're like, you're gonna hate it because you're gonna get up and not want to do anything the next day. You know, I was just telling someone who did 2 fondos, a part of our club, he doesn't want to ride right now. He's burnt out. He did 2 fondos back to back.
Burnout is serious. I've seen a lot of people come onto the race scene and they come in within like a year and they get like that first love for it.
Yeah.
And they ride and they start winning and they racing. They on the front of all the rides. And I'm like, he gonna burn out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they burn out because you can't overdo it. You gotta take your,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? People be jumping. Man, I'm doing 500 miles in 1 week. And I'm like, for what?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a guy in LA. He did, I don't know why, but he did 100 miles every day for a week. I swear to God, I have not seen him since. This was like 2 years ago.
Yo, he threw his shoes over the light post.
I
man.
was like, for what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For what? Like, for what? I don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You don't bring yourself. He did 100 miles every day for 7 days. For what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On some old, let me see if I can do it.
Yeah. to get kudos on Strava.
Right.
I'm not even interested. I don't
To
care
get
about
a
that, man.
kudo.
You ain't even got to like my stuff, man. Matter of fact, I went private on mine because I don't want nobody to know what I'm doing. Like mine is back private because I don't want nobody to know what I'm doing for the rest of the season, man. I don't.
As far as
need
training
kudos.
and all that?
Yeah, I don't
That's
need
a good
kudos,
look.
man. Like back when I was like winning. I had my Strava on private. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then like. What the pandemic came to. After the pandemic, I was like, when you say I was a little heavier, I was out of shape. And it took me almost that year to like get back in shape as far as like losing the weight, getting my rhythm back. And a lot of people was like, man, what happened? You ain't winning no more. And then like last year and this year, I'm coming back into myself now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm back now, baby. What's up? And I'm back to, you know, they thought I was over.
Yeah.
Hey, the hoes say such dummies.
Right.
You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
but let's talk about that, right? Because like there's a lot of folks like you that have been riding a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, putting in work, putting in time. And then there's folks like us that are new in the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, so for example, like we'll have an opportunity with like we had like did some stuff with Shram, we did some stuff with Trek, with Scratch. You know, like we have some of these bigger brands that we've been able to partner with and have support us on a number of things. Whereas guys like you who have been doing this for a very long time, some of y'all have never had that opportunity.
Right.
Talk about that a little bit. Like, what is that like? Like, how have people received that? Like,
I'll say this.
and again, this isn't to be spicy, but I think it's important to kind of hear that dynamic because, you know, Black was in style, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cats died, and we were in style for like 3 years. Now it's kind of getting back to normal.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, but
True.
for that
Racism
period of
died.
time,
I'd say
everything was black on black on black on black.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, they gave us our time. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, you know how certain months are. You know, everybody gets that shine or that push through that month, and after that they forget about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and like I always tell people, like, don't take it personal. Like, ride with the wave, and then once it's over, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, it's over.
You know, like
Yeah,
it's
it's
over,
over.
but you know, ride the wave then and just follow the plan on what it is. You know what I'm saying? I will say, like, throughout my time of my cycling, I won't say career because I've never been a pro, but I always say my cycling life. I've been blessed as far as like the stuff that I receive or have or whatever. A lot of the stuff is always been like pushed to me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff, like over 50% of this stuff. You know what I mean? This stuff that I get myself is stuff that I really want. Mm-hmm. Most of the stuff, like, and I'll say this: if you win races, dude, they gonna come. They gonna say, here, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. Like, dude, you win races, they coming. And they gonna say, man, here, man. Like, we just want you to be with us. You know what I'm saying? And like, I've been blessed in that, and I know a lot of the guys that I know and are friends with, they've been blessed in the same situation. But that also comes with a lot of sacrifice and a lot of like riding and racing, because a lot of people don't get that opportunity. You got to figure, like, I've known a lot of people that race for years have never won a race ever, and probably never will. But it also comes with like the consistency and the sacrifice. So I'd say, like, for me being like I look at everything on a racer perspective. The people that win races and stuff, they deserve it. I feel like that. You deserve it. Even if you're not getting paid for nothing, you're not pro. Like, you putting your like you say, like I say, like you risking yourself, your body for the reward of it. You getting it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that'll come with like, even like the brands that promote it and push it, and the ones that you think that are not going to do it for you, or they'll tell you no, they giving it to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They just are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
and they got certain people that they do whatever they rock with for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And I notice, like, a lot of times it's because it's the people that are like racing and winning the races.
Gotcha.
Even like, I just noticed from like being in the cycling community and in the industry that I'm in, it's like with everything in life, you get a hot rapper or a hot basketball player at the time, whatever, say hot basketball player, every brand is like, yo, where my stuff? You got to figure, like, if you have a small t-shirt line, right, and you get, just throw a name out there, Kim Kardashian to wear your stuff, dude, your t-shirt gonna sell out.
Oh,
You're gonna make
mention it.
millions.
Yeah,
right.
That's all you looking is for that at one push, that one time.
Yeah.
I got a small t-shirt brand out of my mom's garage, and I get Kim Kardashian to not even tag it, to wear it. all her fans, they're gonna find it, dude, and they gonna hit me up, and I'm gonna be out of t-shirts. Right. I'm gonna be like, damn, I need to print a million t-shirts. Yeah. I'm gonna be an instant millionaire. Right. So I think every brand, as far as cycling, wherever, is looking for that one person to push it. Then if you have like a following and a big enough, strong enough following, you can get people to roll with it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I agree with you to a certain degree. We had this conversation.
Yeah. Talk about the other side of the coin, right? Because the racing is one side of the coin, but the community chat.
No, that's what I was going to say. We were just talking about that and the isolation between, or the difference between the two versus brands and different companies that are in the space. I mean, from our perspective, like you always say it, I know we talked about it, there's this many racers versus this many individuals that are coming
100%.
into cycling and
100%.
So, I mean, it's big to us, but maybe it's not so much in the brand community.
I think about it in this way, right? Like your example was Kim Kardashian. Kardashian is her own brand, right? Like she, whether we like it or not, has spent time marketing herself and building her brand exposure. Like you could be winning races, but if you don't know how to talk to the community and you're not very social, then even if you throw them all the product in the world, they're gonna wear it, but not even know how to talk about it.
100%.
And so
Or be marketable.
Or be
you gotta look marketable too.
Yeah, you gotta look marketable. And so I think, like my argument always, and Chill and I always had this conversation, is like, yo, we don't race. Well, we do race, but I'll speak for myself. I don't think I'll ever win a race, even if, I train my hardest. That's just me personally. It's not my goals anyway, but I'm more focused on the community component because I just feel there's so much leverage and opportunity there. I'd rather win 0 races, but talk to 100 million people about the brand and how we can bring more people to the sport. I feel like that is another race that we should all be trying to win.
That's true.
You
got to figure, like, us being the complexion that we are, it's harder, right? It's a little harder off the rip. Yeah. But I always tell people, like, if you look at it, the people that have done it before us, it can be done. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't the segregation days. Like, it's people, like, it's harder for us, but it's people that have done it before, so that means it could be done for us. And that just gives me motivation to be like, man, I ain't tripping off what people talking about, oh, man, you black, so what? Yeah. It's other people that before me that have done it. But I feel like, and Chad and I have had this conversation, like, he said, yeah, but we building the community aspect. You guys are doing great, building the community aspect. But I feel like as far as cycling is concerned, and the executives in cycling, the people, like, even the people that don't race, they respect the faster riders. They respect, like, the winners and all that stuff. Faster, you know what I mean? So, like, if you're stronger and faster in doing that, then people gonna be like, they know they'll never get to that level, and they see themselves, they can live vicariously through you. And, like, I think that's as far as the brands too. Like, they'll push it with that. Just as far as, like, we're a club, it's like, okay, cool. But most of the people, executives that are in the cycling space, that are executive, all this stuff, they were former racers.
Okay.
Majority of them. So, like, that's like with me, like I told you guys before, I look at everything from a race aspect. Like, when people hit me up for, like, kits and all that stuff or whatever they got, I'm like, well, let me see your Instagram. Because I want to see your racing and all this stuff. Whatever. I'm like, you don't race. Or you don't do this or whatever. Oh, but I do something like, I'm out here winning, like, racing, winning races. Like, you got to be doing half the stuff I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah. Or what these other dudes are doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. Like, but you're also in the community. You, like, that is the one thing that separates you from everybody else, is that you race, but you also talk to the people. Like,
your boots down, like, you out here.
And I don't know if the other brands have the equivalent of you.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know.
Like, seriously, like, does Castelli have?
They couldn't. They couldn't do it, man.
Nah. Harlem right now.
They don't.
Talking about, hey, let me tell you how great Castelli is, and like,
here's the thing, though.
Together and
brands could hire a position for that, but you still have to have the personality to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I just got. And not to, like, to boost myself up, because I feel like. But honestly, I feel like I'm just a regular person like everybody else. I truly do. Honestly, I feel like I'm no extra, nothing like that. I just work like everybody else and just work a little harder or whatever. I don't know, whatever. But brands could, like, put somebody in that position, but you still had to have the personality to do it.
Yeah.
I'm down to go up to anybody, any neighborhood,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I ain't scared.
Yeah.
From the neighborhood. I go and talk to anybody. I filter into the rides, kick it. Everybody's not gonna do that. Even if they were hired to do that position, everybody's not capable to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just blended in, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and being able like to chop it up with people, go to Harlem. Man, where the group ride? Harlem? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go over there next week. What's the name of the club? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go talk to whoever. Who I need to talk to? Cool. I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're showing how important that position is, right? Like the fact that how you integrate yourself into the community rides, but you also are part of the race community is super important because you're the one showing that there's two worlds.
Conversation rule the nation, man.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
Yeah, you're showing that there's two worlds and they can still coexist, that you can still be a racer and compete, but also the community component is important. So they're able to ride right next to Elijah Baker and be like, oh shit, that man just won Tulsa Tough.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, man, like I want to give you your flowers because you have a unique set of skills and abilities, and your approach and your mindset is one that you take to what you do professionally the same way you do when you race. Right. And I don't know if you've ever articulated it in that way, but listening to you and having this conversation with you, I'm like, oh shit, I thought he was dope, but he's actually dope as fuck. Here's why, right? In your talk about you preparing for Tulsa, you made a 6-month commitment and you decided that you're gonna get up when you don't want to get up. You're gonna ride when you don't want to ride. When it's cold and your feet and hands are cold and your face is cold, you still riding.
Gotta do it.
Down to the point where you were so meticulous in getting your equipment ready that you triple checked it. Not with the hopes, I mean, you want to win. Not with the hopes of winning, but just so that the shit don't fuck up when I need it.
Yeah.
Right? You said when you won, you were like, whew, I'm happy that it all paid
It was
off.
the gamble, man. The gamble paid
and
off.
I'm saying
yeah.
that to me, what I love is listening to you talk about how you approach your work is the same way. Right? And one of the unique things, I don't know if Jack, if you can, what's my I don't know how he's compensated, but this man needs a raise.
Say that, man.
This man needs a
Jack,
raise.
pay that man.
Jack and Jay, man. The owner's Jay, but they
Jack
treat
and Jay.
they treat me
We got
they treat me well, man.
Yo.
Jack was here in New York.
And we chatted with him.
Yeah,
I missed that.
they treat me
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
man.
he
They
needs
do.
a raise. Look, that's not for him to say. I'm gonna be his agent on this one. Because let me tell you why, right? Because you race and you approach racing the way you do, there's a level of confidence that you have.
Yeah.
Right? Not that people aren't confident, but when it comes to the bicycle, there's a level of confidence that you can go ride with anybody. It's just a matter of do you want to.
Yeah.
Right? You can go ride with anybody. And therefore, when you're riding, you can just be you. Because you're not thinking about the bike.
You're not trying to prove
You're not
something.
trying to prove anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yep.
you're just like, I'm in New York. Let me see who I'm going to ride with. You can just go like, I'm going to jump on this group
I'm
ride.
chopping it up.
Chopping
You know
it
what I
up.
mean? I'm
Yeah.
chopping it
Y'all
up.
want to get a little spice? I can put a little spice on. I can pull a little. I ain't sprinting at the end.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? And then at the end, good ride. Then let's chop some more. Let's talk. And let's
have some coffee or something.
Yeah.
Coffee on Pedal Mafia, man. Let's do it.
And I'm saying that the reason why I want to give you flowers for that is because I appreciate that unique ability and skill and your natural personality, your natural disposition, and how hard you've worked to be able to do something like that.
I appreciate that, man.
Yep.
Feel me?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And I'm not saying that the other racers, the other people aren't that, but I'm saying that you, as you sit in front of us and you communicate with us, I appreciate that because having someone in the community that's for us, by us, you know what I mean? Like you said, you get your black vote, but that's not enough for you,
right?
Like you're still like I'm just like you, bro.
Yeah.
I just happened to race. I rode. I did some junior racing. I stopped for 10 years. I came back, and this is what charges me what I love as it relates to the bike.
Exactly.
But I also love this other part, which is our community.
Yeah.
And I like bringing it together, and I want to paint the world and Pedal Mafia along the way.
Yeah.
I love going
Jack
to races
Jay,
and
get
rides.
this man a raise. I don't know how he's compensated.
Yo,
Let me say this right now.
listen. Hey, my
If
man.
he gets a raise, it needs to be high enough that after taxes, he can do something for his baby. College is expensive.
Yeah, man.
These 529 plans
Yeah.
ain't working out the same way they used to work.
Not right now.
No. He needs to make significant investment in his S&P index fund, his NASDAQ fund. Let that man get some Apple stock.
Yeah, because to be honest, you're more than just business development. You know,
I do a lot within the company, you know what I mean, and I do it proudly. Like I just, you know, I help out everywhere, and I'm pretty much like on every meeting, you know what I mean, because I'm, you know, I want to help push the brand forward because I believe in it. You know what I mean? The owner really, like, I always feel like not really indebted to him, but he gave me opportunity. You know what I mean? Him, like, he just gave me opportunity, and he, you know, like I drove the bus for years, and I was like, man, I hate this job, man. But it was stable. It's what I did or whatever. I made good money. I was like, man, but then, you know, like, they gave me the opportunity, and I've basically been around the country and the world on Pedal Mafia. You know what I mean? On business, not on leisure time. You know, a little bit of leisure here, because he also tell me, man, have a good time. But, you know, I'm here for business as well. You know what I mean? And he was able to, like, a lot of times that people say, man, you can push my brand like that. I was like, yeah, but you've known me longer than these people, and you never gave me opportunity.
There it is.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You dealing with the white. Yeah, he gave me the opportunity though. It could have been. You know what I'm saying? Like he saw my potential.
Yeah.
Or if he didn't, I'm gonna be indebted, and I'm gonna show what I have. I was able to showcase my skill through this person. He was the first person to give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know how many times in the cycling community or in the cycling space in general, when I was still racing and winning races, driving a bus, like, I was winning back then. So many opportunities came up with different people, different clubs, different situations, and I was like, man, I could do that. Nobody ever gave me an opportunity. Nobody was like, man, we're gonna put him on. It was always like this. Me here, it was like, I was like, damn, okay then, well, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These people actually give me an opportunity. I'm like, okay then, well, I'm gonna showcase. Now everybody's like, oh man, I'm like, well, they gave me the opportunity first.
Right.
Yo, the fact that it's only been 2 years, bro, like, and again, to follow what Chris was talking about on some, like, giving flowers. I mean, we know just because we're in it and we're involved, but even from the outside looking in, like, a lot of clubs around here have their custom made through Pedal, and I know that's you. Like, I know that's you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but like, if you're looking and you see different clubs have their jerseys set up like that. So yeah, I definitely want to give you flowers.
Yeah,
on
anytime I see a Pedal jersey and it's custom, I was like, I know Triller was part of it.
Yeah, that's
I'm hustling, man. For real. I'm riding too. I'm having a good time, but I'm hustling. For real. Because I want to make sure that it keeps going.
Yeah.
You know, and the company builds, so I can help with that, because they've helped me so much. And I want to, you know, keep traveling and keep touching people, keep racing. So it just all makes sense to me. And this is how I feed my son.
Yeah.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can go back to driving
that
the bus
important
tomorrow.
part, right?
Yeah.
I can go back to driving the bus tomorrow. But I
you
don't want to
don't
do
want
that.
to.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want
like, I got experience. Like, anybody will hire me. But I don't want to do that. So I'd rather help push this brand and help what I'm doing. And like, these people are helping me, I want to help them 100%.
And you get to do it you get to do it in the sport you love. Like,
I'm doing what I love, man. Like, I
Yeah.
really, I'm like, to me, like, it's really not even a job. Like, I do this all the time. Like, I'm actually technically at work now. Here with you guys promoting.
I'm at the
We're
job.
chopping it up.
But
Like,
you
'cause
are
we've all
working.
worked
You're
together.
working,
Like,
yeah.
so technically this is work.
Yeah.
But it's not even really work though. You know what I mean? Like, this is a regular work day for me, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's what we do.
Jack J.
and Jay.
Sorry, Chris is wearing this outfit. This was not planned.
I talk bad about him too, about that hat. I ain't like that hat, man. But, you know, it's all good though, man.
It's all good.
Hey, I got people over at Rafa, them my boys.
But I
out, Mark.
still roll
Mark,
with
yeah,
E.
that's my
Still
man.
roll
Mark.
with E.
Legion, they wear Rafa. Them not even my boys. Like them, like
Your brothers.
Corey and Justin and CJ. I consider them family.
Yeah.
We've all grew up together. You know what I mean? Like, from kids. So I don't even say they're my homies no more. I say we all family, and they know
Yeah.
what time it is.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Damn.
Jack and Jay, you need a raise.
Yeah. Pay that man. Nah.
Yo, everybody, by the time y'all see this, I mean, we would have had Black Watch Day. We would have had Harlem. You would have done your thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
I hope y'all tune in. I hope
Put
y'all
it out
come
there,
out.
another victory in
I
Harlem.
told
I'm
Triller,
looking.
I told him, I was like, yo, don't come over here thinking you just about to destroy us, bro, on the East Coast. We got some machines.
Yeah, we got some riders here.
I will say that I'm
They wasn't
prepared.
at the Super Bowl though.
I will say
They
that
wasn't
I'm
at Tulsa.
prepared to the best of my ability. You know what I mean? Like, I'm coming in focused. So I mean, whatever. I never say like I'm gonna win, but I always put out there that I want to win. You know what I mean? Like, you speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know, like,
Of
so
course.
I will say I tell myself that, but I don't really project it to other people. You know, I not hardly, but you know, I come here to win. I didn't come on this trip to do anything other than win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To shine, and I'm gonna be out there. You know what I mean? We're gonna see what happens. But
we're gonna post your standings on it.
Yeah.
I mean, right here.
Hey,
listen, I'm gonna give my best. Put it like
That's
that.
what's up.
I'm gonna give my best. So whatever I got, I'm gonna give to it on Sunday.
Yeah,
So
bro, you under the Black Watch tent, bro.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
know?
So
Yeah.
listen, before we close out, what you listening to on your rides? On your Zone 2 ride or your training ride? What you listening to? What's on your headphones?
Kevin Gates.
I'm listening to Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates is my favorite artist, and my birthday twin is my ultimate favorite artist. Right now, I got the Lil Durk in. I got the new Moneybag Yo. I listen to some oldies on the ride, not much. I don't listen to any R&B on the rides.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I might think about old times,
Right,
man.
right,
I might have to pull over and drop a thug one, man. Drop a thug tier. Man, I don't want to do all that on the ride. But I will say like the faster up tempo
Yeah,
beats
keep the
and
energy
stuff.
up.
You keep the energy up, especially when I'm going uphill. I hit a climb. It make me feel good. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, just up tempo stuff like the rap and NBA YoungBoy stuff like that. I listen to I will say like, because of my age, anybody that's old enough to be my son, around that age, I listen to them. So I listen to all of the younger generation and stuff like that, or whatever. So
what you wearing when you trying to look fly?
like off the bike or on the bike?
On the bike.
On the bike, I'm pedal mafia down, head to toe, all the latest gear. You know what I'm saying? Like
Which line? Which because pedal has different lines.
we have.
Or a pro.
I don't wear core personally.
Okay.
So core is our entry level. Core is good stuff.
Yeah.
Personally, I wear the Pro and the PMCC and any jersey that I design myself. I normally do like the PMCC stuff and the Pro. That's just better for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Y'all stepped it up lately. The designs is dope. The Pro line for sure.
I will say that when Pedal Mafia first came to America and to now, like, it was like night and day.
Yep.
Like the stuff was cool back then, but now like the stuff is like, and just with me being like seeing the design process and how everything goes, and like, dude, like the design is like the step up has been amazing. I remember like I got some stuff from like when they first came to America. The stuff like to now and then is like night and day.
Okay.
Are you able to help because you actually race and you're competitive, you're winning? Do
Yeah.
you get to
Your input.
talk about with the design process? Like, no, I need this to be a little more aero or whatever.
So I get some of the design process. Mitch, who is actually the general manager, and he does like pretty much all the design stuff. He's here with me now. He's been on the whole trip with me. We're working with the Blazers this year. I know a lot of people know about that. I kind of had like a huge part in that because of who owns the Blazers and just my connection or whatever. So we get a lot of insight from like those guys because they're doing like top level stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of like insight from Tulsa and what we need to change or what's good or what's perfect. You know what I mean? I do a lot of stuff as well because I do race and I get a lot of the stuff firsthand before it's even out.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of things like, hey, make sure you don't take no pictures in that. So I'll be training in all my stuff or whatever, and I'll come back with feedback. Hey, this was this or this was that or whatever. I'll take pictures and all this stuff. Hey, this was a little too long. This was a little uncomfortable. Stuff like that. So I get some feedback. We get a lot of stuff from the Blazers, obviously, because they're on a different level than we are.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff we'll give out to like pieces to different people and they'll ride or whatever. So we'll just kind of come up with like collaboration.
Yeah.
And I'll email all my stuff in and they'll kind of like work it out. The process of it. I think all brands do that. You know what I mean? You got to do what's not comfortable for you because obviously if you design something, you're going to design it for what you like.
Yeah.
But you got to design it for what everybody's going to buy or what they're going to wear. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of get it around there and let people try it out and test it. But okay, this is good. This was bad. So
your involvement is dope though.
Core, Pro, and PMCC. For the listeners, can you kind of like talk through the differences and like for some people who are on relaxed rides, right? Like what should that piece be?
So I'd say it's the core is our entry level. Core is really good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and we just came out with a new core jersey, which is dropping. It actually dropped yesterday. We had the stuff just came online yesterday. It's pretty good, better than the old core. I'd say the old core was old style, and the jerseys didn't breathe as well, a little thicker. These core jerseys are much better.
Are they more relaxed?
They're more relaxed. It's a 3-level stretch on there, so it stretches more. It's more breathable. It looks better. I just came out with the new summer colors design. And that will be in the new core. That won't be in the old core. It'll be all in the new stuff or whatever. So we have 3 levels. It's core, pro and it's PMCC. The PMCC is top level. That's like your racer. The pro is a mix between the PMCC and the core. And then the core being entry level.
Okay.
All of them are really good. I wouldn't suggest riding the PMCC stuff on longer rides because it's made really for like aerodynamic, short racing type of stuff. If you're doing longer rides, I suggest a pro.
Yep.
If you're just coming in entry level and you need like you could do like a good 70, 80 miles on the bib, you can still do the core and have good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And still be good or whatever. We also do a lot of casual stuff. Everything I have on is Pedal Mafia at this point. Shorts, shirts, and everything, stuff like that or whatever. So, yeah, like
Links.
we do everything. We grinding, man. That's
You got
why
something special for Harlem?
For who?
For Harlem? Are you
Yeah.
gonna wear
So
something?
I did the jerseys, the summer colors jersey. That was a New York inspired. It's kind of like graffiti, and I got the inspiration through like the graffiti on the subways, stuff like that or whatever. I also have a new. We just came out with a new skin suit, which the Blazers are wearing. I'm probably gonna wear that on Sunday. That's our most aerodynamic skin suit. It has woven vapor material.
Okay.
Kind of similar to what Corey was wearing in the California State Championship jersey.
Okay, yeah.
With the threads on top.
Yeah, the
Similar to
exposed
that.
stitching.
Very
Yeah,
similar.
yeah,
Yeah. So the woven, and that's our fastest skin suit. The only reason I don't wear it because my team, it doesn't have my team logos on it, but I might wear it for Harlem because Chad gonna have all his people out there trying to dog right. I'm trying to win. If I can go back to back in Tulsa and Harlem, man. Hey, after this,
that's
if
what's
after this, my man Kwame
listen.
from DC, he said if I win Tulsa and Harlem, it's the Black National Championship.
It is, bro.
So
Actually,
I was like,
that's
he's
a
like
good
the Pan
point.
Am Championship or something like that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, so I was
Yeah.
like, okay then.
Yeah, bro. We gonna be in Harlem. We gonna have your back, man. Because
We out there.
Got the
just like
cowbell, the vuvuzelas,
listen,
bro, everything.
I'll never forget. We was in Chicago last year, and somebody was getting mixy with Bahati, bro.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, bro.
And after the race, we thought we was gonna have to.
Right,
Yeah.
bro. All of us though, it was all the black people
It
were
was
like,
all
"Yo,
the black
what's
people.
good, son?"
You know, I want to say this about Rasan, man. And a lot of people, like older people that know him, and then like people that have caught on to him, they give him his respect. But it's a lot of people that really don't know Rasan like that, right? And I will say, like Rasan, I always tell him he's Justin before Justin.
Okay.
And he got me in the cycling. He got a lot of people. He got Justin in the cycling.
Yeah.
He took Justin to the next level after his dad could only get him to a certain level. Rasan was able, and Justin will tell you, Rasan was able to take me to the next level. Like my dad got me here, Rasan got me here. And like Rasan was winning and dominating races before there was social media, Instagram. So a lot of people don't really know about him. So like nowadays, some kid from Utah, they know Justin and Corey because Instagram, YouTube, and all that stuff. Back then, when Rasan was actually murdering these people, there was none of that. So you just had to
Find out
know.
Rasan Wilt Chamberlain, son.
No,
All they
no,
had the picture of
100%.
him.
If
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no video
if it was
footage
if it was these times
back then.
back then, he beat everybody. If he was on his level at the same age in the same playing field, dog, and everybody would tell you that, dude. He was.
Bro, we was there in Chicago. He lapped the field.
Yeah, still like to this day, he's
Like-
still he's not as good as he used to be because like he's older and you know he's had his time and he, you know he's raising his kids, so he really doesn't care as much as he used to as far as like
Training,
the train all that stuff. Like he doesn't train as much, but just natural ability and stuff. But like when he was pro, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh he did. Oh,
I can only imagine, man. I
But
can
he was
only
doing
imagine.
that back when there was no proof of it. It was just
Yeah.
results in the paper.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
that's
So, like,
the thing. You don't get a chance to truly appreciate what's happening in a race until you're actually there. Because unfortunately, like when you're watching online, you still see what's happening. But when you're watching and the gate is right here, the fence or whatever,
The barrier, yeah.
the barrier, and you're like, yo, like I'll never forget. Bahati was pedaling through the chicane.
Yeah.
While everybody was
Yep.
like leaning into, and I was just like, "Yo, that man's different."
Yeah.
Bro,
him-
and he looked like he glides, bro.
Yo.
Everybody else
Nah,
is
he
cycling.
does. He does.
Yeah.
Son looked like
He
he was
does.
just
I was just
gliding, like
like,
he
yo,
on ice skates.
He's
He was like-
special.
Yeah, bro.
He's him. I'd say him and Justin are the two smartest racers I've ever seen in my life. I've learned like, and I tell people all the time, I don't listen to anybody but them. Those two, like anybody else, I'm like, but I don't want to hear that shit. Like, nobody. Like I'm calling him, and it's crazy because Rasan is like you know, we've been friends for a long time, and it's like he'll never give me advice, but like he'll talk shit. You know what I'm saying? And he'll be like after a race, he'll come up to me and he'll say, man, you stupid. I would have done this and this and this. But his insight is in the shit talking.
Yeah.
His insight is in, man, you stupid. You should have done this and this and this. And before I used to be like, hey, what should I do? He'd be like, man, you dumb. If I was you, I would have done this. I'm like, that's right. Because before, like a lot of times I missed it. And I'd be like, I just asked you a fucking question. Like, you never told me what I needed to do. I gotta know you all my life. But you're supposed to be telling me the secret. But the secret was, man, you stupid. If I was you, I would have done this. And I'm like, why you just didn't tell me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I'm getting like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Whereas like Justin would be like, yada, yada, yada. Dude, Justin, like, it's crazy because like Rasan will do that. And then Justin's approach is, he'll get to like one of the local races early. He'll be able to tell you every single thing that happened in every race. Like, and like, I'll do the Masters races.
Justin like LeBron.
Dude, he's
like,
he's sitting on the sideline and you think he's not even paying attention. And like, he'll sit and be like, I saw that in happening in the race, but you should have done this. And I was like, how did you even see that? He's seen the whole thing, you know what I mean? And like, they're a cycling family. So after a local race, which was close to their house, like 2 years ago, like we were all hanging out at the race or whatever. Justin actually won the race. Corey got second. This was during the pandemic. When they first put the back racing was back on or whatever. It was so many people at the race that hadn't been racing like a year. Everybody was happy. So we all went to their house after the race. Do you know Corey uploaded the video and we were all sitting in the living room, all of us, mom, dad, everybody sitting in the living room watching the race on the TV that they just had like an hour ago. And they were all sitting there breaking down the race.
Family.
The family. We were all sitting there. Dad sitting there. Oh, I would have done this. Oh, he would have done this. And Corey sitting there. They're all sitting there talking about it. I'm like, dude, y'all just raced this race. They breaking it down already. His mom had cooked. Right. So we all sitting there eating and chilling. Like she didn't go to the race. Right. So like this is a cycling family.
Yeah.
So people like, oh, Justin and Corey, I'm like, dude, they've been doing this for years since kids.
Yeah.
Like everything they get now, they deserve.
Yeah.
They didn't come out the wood. They come out the woodworks because you just heard about them.
Yeah. Right.
Or because you think like, dude, they was getting beat up and getting dropped and losing races for years until they got it.
Right.
So everything they got now, they deserve that.
That's what's
100%. Like they didn't come out the woodworks in the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like these companies, like bring back to your point, these companies start giving them their respect when it was cool, when it was in fashion. And they just ran with it. Yeah. Luckily, that at the right time. Yeah. And they ran with it, and they gave them the platform, and they're able to still run with that. You know what I'm saying? And you got to give them their props.
You got to. You got to.
On the highest level, Justin's still doing it. Corey's still doing it.
Yeah.
And he's still, dude. You think about it. Justin has 3 teams. He's running 3 teams. He put together 3 teams along with Corey. You got to give Corey his props.
Yeah.
They put together, so they have. All the 3 teams they have fall under the umbrella of the Williams development. So it's Corey, Justin, and the CJ too. CJ does a lot of stuff as well. He doesn't get a lot of the credit because he's not one of the faster Williams, but he's still really fast, still
that
really
boy's
good.
a monster.
Yeah. And he still is in the day-to-day of the Williams development stuff. So you got to figure these guys are running 3 teams and doing their own racing at the top level. Yeah. You know how hard that is?
Yeah,
and I told Justin, I was like, dude, at a certain point, you're gonna burn out, man. It's like you're doing a lot. You traveling. At Tulsa, you got to figure 3 teams. That's a caravan of 60 people.
Yeah.
You got to get 60 people to the race. You got to 60 people fed. You got to get 60 people housed.
Yeah.
You got to get the rooms. You got to make sure everybody good. Then you got to get all the stuff. Like it's like a circus.
Yeah.
You know, like when you do a circus here in the parking lot for a month, and then you pack it up, and then it's like a 30 caravan going down to the next circus.
To do it again.
That's a lot of logistics, a lot of planning.
Bikes,
Bikes, all this stuff. You got to make sure
water bottles.
Everybody get water. Then you got to. Everybody is allocated different teams. Dude. And all this is coming from the brain of him and Corey putting this together. I was like, dude, and I told Justin, I was like, dude, you're gonna get burned out, man.
Bro,
like you're doing
of that, bro.
lot.
Nobody ever talks about this, but the human resource side of it.
Yeah.
Just they're human beings. Somebody not having a good day.
Yeah.
Somebody family not doing well
That
back
too.
home. Their energy not right. So they bickering. I'm not saying that this happened, but just humans.
No, it definitely happens.
It definitely happens.
It's a
All
part
that
of
stuff
just
happens.
being a human.
You learn that through management. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like
You're a manager.
managing all those people, so you gotta know how to talk to all these people.
Yep.
How do I cheer them up?
Yep.
How do I, you know what I'm saying, motivate them? You know what I'm saying? Do I hug this one? Do I adapt this one? Do I cuss this one out?
You
like, you know what I mean?
You babysitting. You know what I mean? Essentially,
You
you're babysitting, and you still need them to perform.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I understand all that, but I still need to to go out there and get me to that last
Yeah.
corner. You know what I'm saying? I understand, but would you like to go home?
Right.
But if you're gonna race, I need you 100% focused.
Yeah.
I need you to give me that last corner because we got to keep the lights on next year.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we do.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
still important that we still win.
Right, yes,
Yeah.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
we building a brand here and we are the top team, but we got to keep this going. 'Cause
Right.
if people gonna forget about you. You start winning races.
Bruh.
Shout
And
out
then-
Sam Boardman, by the way. That
Yeah.
that
Oh,
Sam.
shout out to him.
I almost
bruh.
cried, bro.
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
cried. I was
Sam winning
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
that's like for the people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
'Cause
Like,
he sacrifices everything every single race, and to
Yes,
win
bro.
Tulsa, like Crybaby Hill, man, hey,
that man is a domestique.
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
With the
ever
bag.
since
Right,
I,
right. He's having the badge.
yeah, because ever since I started watching Criterion races, you see all of Legion, right? And you don't like as you start to learn about Criterion races, you start to understand everyone's role.
Yeah.
You know, the Tylers and the Ty and Sam's and the Lance when he was
Alex.
yeah,
Cole,
like
yeah. That's
like
my
all
guy.
of them, and you know, like I always wonder, like, yo, when they pull off with 3 laps to go, I'm wondering, like, yo, do they have energy left? Could they keep riding, or is they just understand, like, yo, this is my role for this race, and here's my time to pull off.
That's your role. You know what I mean?
No.
Like if you see the good teams, in the end when the sprinters coming through at the end, the last 200 meters, you don't see nobody else in the team. I never understood that when like, and there's teams that do that now. They sprint against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they sprint for 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
You guys could have helped that one guy
Right.
get a top 3 on the podium or win.
Or-
versus
yeah, or the
like y'all
W.
coming to the line sprint against each other for 5th and 6th. You look
Right.
dumb.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you see Legion, you see Corey or Justin, you see like those 2 are the top guys. So they're normally in the top 5. But the rest of the team, like you see the Corey's post from DC, the 3 guys, they're coming off the back. They gave
Yeah.
everything they had in that last 5 laps.
Yeah.
And they ain't even got enough to hold on to the back of the group.
Right, right.
They just
Yeah.
coming in together at the end like, man, we did it.
Right.
We did it. Right.
Yeah.
Our job is complete.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
yeah.
Everybody got a job.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody got a job.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's still beautiful, man.
Word, man. Well, shit, we've been rapping for
Rapping,
a
rapping.
hot second.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, Elijah, thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Bro.
thank you guys for having me, man. I
know
appreciate the opportunity.
We were talking about bringing you on the podcast for a minute, and it was just about like whether we were going to be out in LA or you were going to be here. So we appreciate you coming to the tri-state area
Yeah.
and sharing your time with us, man.
Definitely.
Thank you. Hopefully after this episode, we have some good results in Harlem.
Yes, sir.
You know,
will. We will.
yeah,
We
we're
gonna
looking for
have
some
some.
good
I'm
results in
putting it out
Harlem.
there. I'm putting
you
it
know?
out there.
Yeah,
Put it out there.
We gonna ride out. Make sure you good out there.
I appreciate
bro,
it, man.
If you win Harlem, you got to design something. Tell the people design that you got the Black National Championship. Bro. You got Tulsa and you got Harlem, bro.
Golly, man.
Yo, you got to, bro.
Let's do it,
Got
man.
to.
You gotta,
man.
Let's do it.
It's got to have like little pedals or
Something, bro.
like medals
But
on there somewhere.
I just don't want it to be kente cloth. Long as it ain't kente
Hey,
cloth, bro.
listen.
I ain't doing that. I
Yo,
ain't doing that.
Yo, I'm fighting Ant if he come
I'm
out.
modern.
with
I'm modern.
Yo.
Hey, I'm a modern.
Yo.
I'm modern, man.
Yo, where my camera? Ant, if you design some shit like that, we gonna have some problems.
Funny dude.
Shout out
Nah, we
Ant
good.
too, by the
we
way.
good.
Yeah.
My man Ant. Yeah,
Yo, what
yeah,
up, Ant?
absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for tuning in to this special episode, y'all.
More watts.
Yeah.
Follow us on
Follow
IG.
us, IG, YouTube, Black Watts on YouTube.
And on Spotify, make sure you do the follow of the podcast on Spotify.
Yep, iTunes.
Follow this man too, man.
Yeah,
Check out
follow,
his story.
follow Trilla.
Even though you
on
ain't gonna
IG.
see nothing on Strava because he hiding it. Don't worry about it. Still try to
Yo, I
follow.
Mind
found
your
him,
business,
I found
man.
him on Strava. He actually let me in, so I get to see how my man working.
Part of the mob, man. Hey, once you in, man.
That's what's up. More watts, y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
Peace.